The new subset Mythical Island has now been out for a while, and it gave us the Celebi Immersive card. Since we now got the Celebi Immersive card already, I had been wondering what immersive cards would we potentially get in a new second set that we will most likely get at the end of this month. So I wanted to have a look at that. Just for the sake of this video, I am going to assume that the second set is going to contain second generation Pokemon mostly. Now with that out of the way, we can actually start to have a look at what immersive cards we might be getting. So, because we have assumed that the new set will be for Generation 2 Pokemon, we can pretty easily conclude that there's two very obvious immersive cards that we will likely be getting. One of those, of course, is Lugia, and the other one is Ho-Oh. These are simply the most obvious answers that we can give. However, then one question remains. Who would be the third immersive card? And is there going to be a secret immersive card? And if so, then who is going to be that secret immersive card? The answer here really does not seem so obvious. Celebi already has an immersive card, so Celebi being a secret immersive card seems kinda ruled out here. We have the three legendary beasts, but giving only one of those an immersive card would feel a little bit awkward, since then the other two won't have one. This is also something they did not do with the legendary birds in the last set, so I'm not expecting them to do it this time. There is a little bit of a caveat there, but I will get to that a little bit later. So for now, let's focus on the secret immersive card. One of the ideas that I had is, what if the secret immersive card is actually going to be a Umbreon immersive card? That would make sense, since Umbreon has been one of the most popular Pokemon in recent history, having received a lot of really popular full arts in the past few years, and she is from the second generation. That, however, does still leave room for a third regular immersive card, and if you want to get those 3 packs, we do need that one. That is, of course, considering that there is going to be 3 packs, just like in the first set. Now, one of the solutions here is if we have a look at the original games, the Gen 2 games. Of course, there was Pokemon Silver and there was Pokemon Gold for Lugia and Ho-Oh, but there was also Pokemon Crystal, which prominently featured Suicune as its box art. So what if Suicune would be the third immersive card here, giving us in the end a pretty solid lineup of Ho-Oh, Lugia, Suicune, and for the secret one, Umbreon. Now, I mentioned earlier that doing one of the legendary beasts would be a little bit awkward, but however, since they have done this in the past in the games, using Suicune as the third immersive cards might be the best option here. Of course, I say all of this thinking that Lugia and Ho-Oh are guaranteed a immersive card, though that is also not fully the case. But let's entertain that idea a little bit more and see what some of the other options might be. One other option I think that is way less likely to happen, but I still wanted to mention, is having Celebi be the secret immersive card anyways, even though it already has an immersive card in the game. That leaves some room for Lugia, Ho-Oh, and maybe Umbreon to get an immersive cards in their individual packs. Though I say Umbreon here, it could just as easily be substituted for Suicune again. Since if there is one of the 3 legendary beasts to get an immersive card in the new set, I think betting on Suicune to get one would be the safest bet. Suicune and Umbreon are also not the only Pokemon from Gen 2 that could potentially be the third immersive card here. Even though it does seem a bit less likely, there is also Espeon, but Espeon is less popular than Umbreon, so giving an immersive card to Espeon but not to Umbreon feels a bit weird again. One more option might be that they will give Tyranitar an immersive card. It is not necessarily the most popular Pokemon from Generation 2, but it does have the potential to create a very cool immersive card. And also has some pretty beautiful full art in the regular TCG already. So far, however, I have been assuming that both Lugia and Ho-Oh would get an immersive card. This, however, is not as guaranteed as I like to think it is. However, Lugia should get one, because Lugia has some very nice full art already in the regular TCG, and I think the Pokemon is popular enough that it would be missed if it doesn't get an immersive card, just like Charizard Pikachu got one too. However, Ho-Oh does not have the same treatment here. He is a little bit less popular than Lugia and has less good cards in the regular TCG, so it seems a little bit less likely that it would get an immersive. So what if instead of Lugia and Ho-Oh both getting an immersive card, only Lugia gets one? That would leave space for Umbreon to get one and maybe Suicune. So then you have 3 different ones where, again, just like in the first set, we had one mythical Pokemon in Mewtwo and then 2 regular ones. In this case, we would have Umbreon as a regular one, and then Suicune as a legendary, and then Lugia again. That would kind of make sense as well. And you could also replace Suicune with Tyranitar here. Lastly, I wanted to talk about one option that might also not be as likely as the first option, but I actually personally quite like. That being, give the 3 legendary beasts all immersive cards as the pack immersives, and then instead of having 1 secret immersive card, have 2 secret immersive cards, being the Lugia and the Ho-Oh. In that case, we would not have the awkward situation of only having one of the 3 legendary beasts be an immersive card, and don't have to give Celebi another second immersive card either. It would also be kinda criminal to not give Lugia and Ho-Oh one. So yes, those are my ideas for the new immersive cards in the upcoming set. Let me know what you think, and if you agree in the comments, also let me know if anyone has any better ideas than me.